Have you ever done something beautiful and people called it a waste? Have you ever given your best and someone criticized you? Today we are going to walk into one of the most emotional moments in the life of Jesus. This story is found in Mark chapter 14 verse 1 to 11. It is a story about love. It is a story about worship. It is a story about betrayal. And it begins just 2 days before Passover. The city of Jerusalem was getting ready for a big celebration. Passover was coming. People were traveling from many places. The cities were filling up. The air was full of excitement. But behind the scenes, something dark was happening. The chief priests and the teachers of the law were planning in secret. They wanted to arrest Jesus. They wanted to kill Jesus. They were afraid. They said, not during the festival. The people might riot. They were not looking for truth. They were looking for control. They were not seeking justice. They were protecting their power. While the religious leaders were planning murder, Jesus was sitting at a dinner table. People were there to listen to him. It was about to happen. A woman walked into the room. We are not told her name in the passage. She carried something in her hands, an alabaster jar. Inside it was very expensive perfume, pure nard. This perfume was worth more than a year's wages. Think about that. It could pay bills for 12 months. It could support a family for a year. It was costly. It was precious. It was valuable. She walked straight to Jesus. No speech, no announcement, no explanation. She broke the jar and she poured the perfume on his head. The smell filled the house, strong, sweet, powerful. Everyone stopped talking. Everyone stared. Some people became angry. They whispered at first. Then they spoke louder. Why this waste? This perfume could have been sold. The money could have been given to the poor. They rebuked her harshly. They shamed her. They judged her. To them it looked foolish, too much, too emotional, too expensive. But Jesus saw something different. He said, "Leave her alone." Imagine the silence after those words. Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. Beautiful, not wasteful, not foolish. Beautiful. Jesus understood her heart. He said, "The poor you will always have with you. You can help them anytime, but you will not always have me." Then he said something powerful. She did what she could, not what someone else could, not what was expected. She did what she could, and that was enough. She poured perfume on him before his burial. She understood something others did not understand. Jesus was going to die very soon. While others argued about money, she gave love. While others complained, she whispered. While others planned betrayal, she poured devotion. Jesus said, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her. And here we are today, still telling her story. But the story does not end there. After this beautiful moment, we see something painful. Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples, one of the chosen ones, one who walked with Jesus, one who heard his teachings, and one who saw miracles. He went to the chief priests. He offered to betray Jesus for money. They were delighted. They promised to give him payment, and Judas began to look for the right moment. Think about that contrast. One person breaks a jar to honor Jesus, another breaks trust to sell him. One gives everything, one takes money. One pours love, one plans betrayal. Two hearts, two choices. Why did the woman pour the perfume? Because love does not calculate. Love gives. Love sacrifices. Love does not hold back. Why did Judas betray Jesus? Because greed calculates. Greed counts coins. Greed protects self-interest. The woman saw Jesus as worthy. Judas saw Jesus as useful. There is a difference. Maybe today you feel like that woman. Maybe you gave your best. Maybe you served. Maybe you sacrificed. And someone said, that's a waste. Maybe someone misunderstood your heart. Maybe someone judged your devotion. Listen carefully. If Jesus calls it beautiful, it is beautiful. Even if others do not understand, your worship is never wasted. Your love is never wasted. Your sacrifice is never wasted. Or maybe today you feel a little like Judas. Maybe you have drifted. Maybe money has become more important. Maybe fear has taken over. Maybe you are standing at a crossroads. This story invites us to examine our hearts. Are we pouring out love? Or are we holding back for personal gain? The woman did not wait for a better moment. She did not wait for permission. She did not wait for applause. She did what she could. That sentence is powerful. You may not have everything. You may not have much. But you can do what you can. You can love. You can serve. You can worship. You can give your best. And that is enough. The fragrance filled the house that night. But her story filled the world. We are still speaking about what she did on that day. Because Jesus honors sincere devotion. He remembers faithfulness. He sees the heart. So let me ask you, if Jesus walked into your house today, what would you pour out? Time? Forgiveness? Generosity? Beauty? Obedience? Would you hold back, or would you break the jar? This story reminds us that Jesus is worthy of our best. Not leftovers, not convenience, not comfort. Our best. And even when others criticize, he defends. Even when others misunderstand, he understands. Even when betrayal surrounds you, he notices true love. If this message touched your heart, I want to invite you to join this journey. We share stories like this every week. Stories that strengthen faith. Stories that challenge the heart. Stories that remind us who Jesus is. Take a moment right now and subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, you become part of the community that chooses to devote to the Lord. Click subscription. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement. And in the comments, tell me, what would you pour out for Jesus? Thank you for watching. And remember, a life poured out for Jesus is never wasted.